finish it. I have to see it through. But to answer your question, I have so many faves, but I think this book series that I've just finished is probably my favorite books of all time at the moment, and that is The Wolf King, The Wolf King, and The Night Prince, The Night Prince, The Night Prince. When I tell you that those books made me feel something like I am feeling withdrawals. Their third book gets released, I think, the beginning of next year, I believe, maybe during summertime, I'm not exactly sure, but your girl's going through it. If you love a fantasy romance, a werewolf shifter, like romance, I highly recommend. There is like a love triangle, but it's not really a love triangle yet, but we know it's going to be a love triangle, if that makes sense. I don't want to give anything away. Definitely give these books a read. And then Lily also asked, who is your biggest celebrity inspiration and why? Two people at the top of my head that I think are very inspiring are probably Billie Eilish and Kehlani. And I say that because they truly do use their platforms to advocate for what is going on in our world, what is happening within our own country, as well as Gaza, as we know, Sudan. They really have used their platforms to speak out against that, and any person who has a kind heart and is putting themselves out there with so much to lose in terms of like backlash and things like that that comes with speaking out against our own government and whatever, any celebrity who's willing to do that, immediately I am inspired by them and I will support them in everything that they do moving forward. So yeah, probably Kehlani and Billie Eilish at the top of my head. Okay, I believe this person's at is Ewan Yo LOL. I'll put the questions here on the screen for you guys as I go through them, but they asked a name reveal. So my name is Kareli. I've shared that with you guys on here, but it's Karely. Kareli. So kind of like Carly, but with a K. Kareli. If that makes sense. Do you have any jobs besides YouTube? I don't really have any other job, but that is changing soon. I have been putting applications like crazy everywhere. I am hoping soon, guys, that I get a call back and Miss Tingly can get back on her feet and start working and grinding. But yeah, definitely trying to get a job outside of YouTube. They also asked what made you want to become vegetarian. So I'm not sure if I've already told you guys this story before, but I'll try to shorten it up for you guys so it doesn't take too long. But long story short, I was raised by my grandparents in high school, and my grandparents love meat. Okay, every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're going to have meat, protein, you name it. So I was always like eating meat, growing up. But a little backstory, I guess, that will lead up to, the story that I'm talking about. My grandma's always had like farm animals, goats, like chickens, you name it, as like pets, not to eat, but like as pets. And so one day my grandma invited us to a like big, well, now I guess you could call it like a big factory, but it was like, I thought it was like a big farm sanctuary. I'm sure you know where this is going. So my grandma and my grandpa just told me and my older sister that we could choose a pig, and we were so excited because hello, a pig, like we already loved the goats and the chickens, and so adding a pig for us was super exciting. So we went into like the little like kennel where there's like rows and rows of pigs, and we chose the pig. We got to play with them, pet them, and we chose the pig that we wanted to take home with us. So they lead us to the front of when I tell you the stench of metal blood, you just see GUTS and like blood all over the floors. Like there was men in boots and like these like protective jackets to not get like the insides on theirs, like on themselves. We seen when the pig came in and they were like electrocuting it on its side. They hung it by its leg, and before I even knew and could process what was happening, I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm sure you guys know how it happens. They down the middle, everything fell out. It was a squealing I will never forget in my life. I threw up on the floor, and I ran outside crying hysterically. My grandparents still tell everybody this story to this day when they ask why I don't eat meat. They think it's funny. I, however, have been traumatized for life, and knowing now how it happens to like cows, pigs, every animal, chickens, I just don't think that I could eat it without like that playing in my mind and not knowing that that's what happens to every animal. I know it probably sounds silly, but it's just traumatized me, and I don't think that I could eat meat again. But thank you for your questions. I hope that wasn't too much talking for you guys. Alright, next question is from Joseph. Thank you so much for your question, Joseph. Or Jose. I think it's Jose. Jose or Joseph. What is the one country you would or have always liked to visit? Greetings from Colombia. I would probably say Switzerland. I don't know. I've like, for the past 3 years, you can ask, well, you can't ask, but anyone in my family who knows that I've wanted to go like Switzerland or Finland. I don't know why, it's just so beautiful. Like, I can scroll on TikTok and just search up like Switzerland and scroll on there for like a whole hour and just like be so excited and feel like, oh my gosh, I want to be there, I want to experience that, I want to see that for myself. So beautiful, like literally so beautiful. Definitely Switzerland. Next question from Zest G59. Hi, maybe what is your favorite childhood memory, game / food? Hi, thank you for your question. Favorite childhood memory. I think the best memories that come to mind are any time that we would go to Mexico to visit my dad. And we would stay there all of our summer break or winter break. It was the best time. I got to be with all of my siblings at the same time. We were riding horses, visiting family that I had never known, getting to create bonds with them. I got to meet a lot of friends and make so many memories. My parents would take us everywhere. We'd go to the beach, Las Glorias in Sinaloa. If you guys have been, you know, so beautiful. I loved my time in Mexico, so I always think of Mexico. My favorite game has to be Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty, but right behind probably Clash Royale. My favorite food, that's a tricky one, but I'd have to say Mexican food, and specifically my grandma's Mexican food. Nothing beats my grandma's food. After that, I'd have to say probably like pizza. I love pizza. Alright. Your favorite Olivia Rodrigo song? Ooh, that's a good one. Because I love all of her songs. Like, literally, I know every one of her songs. But I probably have to say the one that resonates with me the most, and I find myself listening to the most, is probably Traitor and Making the Bed. Oh, when I tell you those songs, just like, have you guys seen that like meme of like SpongeBob and he's like floating in the air, you know, in like the earphones? That's how I feel when I listen to those. It always makes me like emotional. The next questions are from the lovely and beautiful, softly sounding ASMR. Go subscribe variations that you can make with just like one dough. Like you can add your favorite like chocolates or just sprinkles or sugar or whatever and make like different cookies. They're just the easiest to make. And I like things that are easier and not so difficult to make. What is your fave perfume? My fave perfume at the moment, I actually have it in front of me because I used it today. It is the Kayali Yum Bougie Marshmallow. I got the little small one first because I read so many mixed reviews, and this is pricey, okay? At least to me, it's really pricey. So I wanted to try it first. A lot of reviews said that the smell was too sweet and overpowering. And there's also so many reviews saying that the scent didn't last, so I wanted to make sure to get the small one first before paying $130 for the full size. I will be buying the full size. It's almost empty. I don't know how much of that you can see on camera, but I love it. It smells so delicious, so yummy, and it's the perfect amount of like sweetness for me. So if you like sweet fragrances, highly recommend. The next question is, what would be your one desert island item you can't live without? That's a good question. That is a good question. My phone, probably. I can't live without my phone. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. Like, my job is quite literally on my phone too, so my phone. Which I know is terrible. I know. What is one weird habit you have? One weird habit that I have. Gosh, that's hard to think of. Probably maybe like a little bit of OCD, but I feel like everything has to be in place. Like if one book is moved or tilted and it wasn't like that before, I will literally go and move it and fix it. Like if one of my, like something in the house is like misplaced that my son played with, I will immediately go back and fix it in the exact same spot the way that it was before. I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe a little bit of OCD. Everything has its spot, and I don't like for it to be like moved, or it makes me feel like I get anxiety. I don't know. Definitely a weird habit. Next question is from Caleb. Thank you so much for your questions, Caleb. Caleb asked, my favorite movie. That's a hard one, you guys. I have a hard time choosing just like one movie. But at the top of my head, at the moment, K-pop Demon Hunters. Love that movie down, okay? Me and my son watch it almost every single day. And when it first came out, it was all day long. I'm not even joking. Literally. Favorite TV show, Max and All. Hands down. I love Max and All. I am eating up season 2, okay? These like slow releases are not it for me, but I'm a patient girl and I will wait. Okay, James Buford is worth it. Definitely Max and All. I also love Love Island. Wasn't a big fan of the last season, but I've always loved Love Island. Favorite, music artist, Olivia Rodrigo. Mariah the Scientist. I don't know why I couldn't think of her name. Mariah the Scientist. All her music is on repeat in my house 24/7. Tate McRae, Kehlani. At the moment, I've been listening to a lot of Kehlani. Shout out to my little sister for putting me on. What's her name? Sienna. Like the one that sings "I'll Die on This Hill," and maybe. I've been listening to a lot of her music as well, so they would have to be like my top artists at the moment. Alright, the next question is from Aileen. Thank you for your questions, Aileen. She asked, what is your favorite thing to do in your free time? Read. I love to read. I read like while my son's at school and I'm like editing, things are uploading. Love Island sometimes gives me a little bit of knowledge about the UK in general, but not too much. I'm gonna be really honest, not too much. I do follow a TikToker on TikTok, and she lives in Scotland and shares like a day in her life, like every day. So I get to learn a little bit about Scotland, but not too much. Next question. I love cats. Same. You get me. Favorite Clash Royale card. My favorite Clash Royale card is probably the princess. I always want to say Goblin Barrel. I just love my little goblins down. Like they're my babies, but the princess. Definitely the princess. Next question, Leroy. Thank you so much for your questions, Leroy. Leroy asked, hey Tingly, hope you're having a peaceful Sunday. I've got a question for your Q&A. 3 questions actually. You don't have to answer all of them, but one that stands out to you the most, bestie. Thank you for your questions, Leroy. Okay, let's just read them through and I'll try to answer them. What's a moment in your life that quietly changed you forever, but almost nobody knows about? Leroy, you're cutting me open right now. I'll be honest and transparent without getting too deep. I know nobody wants to hear my little sob stories, so I'll try to give like a shortened answer. Probably when my mom walked out of our lives, and she decided that she wanted to start a new life away from her kids and just start fresh. I think that really changed me, especially being so young and in high school, and losing, like, not having my father and now my mother as well in my life. It really affected me growing up, and even now as an adult, I find that I do have like what people would call daddy mommy issues. So yeah, that definitely, I feel like, changed me in so many ways. The next question is, what's a moment in your life? Oh no. The next question is, if your future self could visit you for 30 seconds right now, what's the very first thing you'd think she'd tell you? These questions are hitting me right here, right now, I can't lie. Probably to put myself first. Stop thinking about everybody else's feelings. And for once, put yourself first, put your needs first. If I don't put myself first, things will never change. And be selfish. Put yourself first. And walk away from things that no longer serve you. Like that was 30 seconds. What's something you healed from that you never thought you'd get over, and how did you do it? I'm gonna be really honest. I can't say that I've healed from things that have been done to me that I probably should have got over by now. I am somebody who holds on to things that have been done to me, and I like torture myself with that. Like, I literally torture myself with it. And so I can't sit here and answer that question because I need to heal. Maybe I've been in the process of healing, but I haven't completely healed from those things. I appreciate you taking the time to read this. Much love, Leroy. Thank you so much for your questions. The next question is from Gabriel. always say that, you know, I have so many ASMR artists that I absolutely love, and I love them all the same. I don't think I even have a favorite. Every single person brings something unique, and their own personalities and their own ways of approaching ASMR are so different, but so lovely and amazing. And that's what I love about the ASMR community, honestly, that every single person's personality makes the ASMR experience different but lovely. The next question is by Flame Gaming. What is your favorite game and how many languages do you speak? Favorite game, Call of Duty and Clash Royale. Languages that I speak, English and Spanish. Those are the only two languages that I'm fluent in. The next question is by AI Gaming. What's the music rotation looking like, or even just fave albums releases in rotation at the moment? Mariah the Scientist. I don't know what she's putting in her music, but when I tell you that music has just been speaking to me, her music has just been like, is doing something to me. But that's Kehlani and Mariah the Scientist. They've been like on my rotation at the moment, non-stop. Kehlani's Outside the Window, Nights Like This. Mariah the Scientist, her whole new album that she dropped. Is it a crime? I'm telling you, their like style of music has been my favorite at the moment. Next question is by Serena. Thank you for your question, Serena. Who was your inspiration in doing ASMR? Peace and Serenity, 100%, and Sass ASMR, and her sister Annie Let's Eat. That's why I started with the mukbangs. Those were like the three ASMR channels that I binge watched my entire pregnancy, and then even after like raising my son, I 100% was inspired by those three lovely and beautiful ladies. Next question is by Jennifer. Thank you for your question, Jennifer. Random, but do you like Puerto Rican food? I would love to see a Puerto Rican food ASMR mukbang. I can't say that I've ever had Puerto Rican food, but the food looks delicious. I 100% would love to get to eat Puerto Rican food one day. Unfortunately, that's not even offered anywhere near me, but I hope that I get the opportunity to try it one day, so definitely would be open to that in the future. The next question is by @Sonny. What prompted you to start an ASMR channel and not a baking channel? That is actually a really good question. I think for me, when I was doing ASMR, I wasn't really thinking particularly of one thing that I wanted to do. When I started the channel, I just knew that I wanted to do a variety of things. I didn't want to stick to just one thing, like just triggers, or only just eating, or only just baking, or only just gaming. Like, I knew that I have so many things that I enjoy doing, and I also wanted to make sure that when I was doing ASMR, that everybody was welcome, that I'm always going to have a video for somebody, and not just stick to one ASMR like style, if that makes sense. Thanks. The next question is by Tracy. Tracy asked, what's happening in your life right now? Did you go back to school? Have you made a home business from baking? Thank you for your questions, Tracy. So what's happening in my life right now? That is a really good question. So Miss Tingly is no longer engaged. I am actually in the process of trying to get my own place, which I will be in the next upcoming weeks or months. Me and my child's father have decided to go and part our own ways. We hold a lot of love and respect for each other, but we just knew it was the best thing to do moving forward, and that's all I'll really say on that. But yeah, a lot of things changing in my life right now. Did you go back to school? I did not go back to school. And then, have you made a home business from baking? son sing that song every day. Like, we scream that in the car during shower time, just chore time. Like, do not sleep on the K-pop Demon Hunters playlist, guys. I'm telling you guys, good music. Who wins a Minecraft building challenge? You or your son? My son, hands down, 100%. What's a vegan, vegetarian food you wish everyone would try? Everything, honestly. Like, before, a couple years back, I would say the options that we had was so limited, but now there's so many options that truly, I would hope that people would give it an opportunity just once. Not give up your, like, eating the way that you eat, but just giving it a try. Next question is by Joey. Matcha or coffee? Matcha. I don't drink coffee. I haven't for years. It just makes me tired and makes like my tummy ache. So definitely matcha. Next question is by Diego. What's your favorite holiday? Halloween. I love spooky season. Definitely Halloween. Emily asked, where are you from and where do you live now? So I'm from California, and I still live in California. I live in the Central Valley, and I hope to one day leave, but it's just home, you know. It's all I know, so probably not. The next question is by Blood Washer. Will you ever do a meetup with your fans? I love you guys so much, and I literally owe you guys the entire world, but I just don't think that I'm like up there, you know, to have people that want to like meet up with me or get to meet me in person. I just don't see myself like in that scale, you know, but who knows? I'll never say never. Next question is by Angel Does ASMR. What are your favorite ASMR triggers? Ooh, that's a really good question. Probably like hair play. I love like anything that's like hair play. Like probably personal attention, right? Anything that's like, and visuals and like hair play. So definitely personal attention. Alright, the next question is by Hyde Reno. I hope I'm saying that right. Can you please say my name is Haydar or Haydar? Haydar. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The question is, what's your favorite food or snack? Favorite food, Mexican food, and pizza. Snack, chips. I am a chips girly. Love chips. Next question is by Dalton. How old are you and your son? So I'm 26 and my son's gonna be 6 on December. I'm trying to like read these as best as I can. The video is so long. I probably will do a part 2 because there's just so many questions, but I'll answer a few more. Next question is by Isaac. Isaac asked, are you interested in any sport? to restart it and then just keep going. Hopefully there's not too many cuts in this video, but thank you guys so much for all your questions. If I didn't answer your question, I'll probably have to do a part 2 because there's just so many questions to answer.